I'm gonna help you with why you have low test, and we're gonna start right now. The one thing that no one wants to hear is your diet. Crappy diet leads to low test and low motivation. A lot of food is created to taste really, really good. And what this does is it leads to eating for pleasure instead of sustenance. And what we end up doing is we overeat and we get a lot of fat storage right on our gut. And this is one of the hardest things to fix and the hardest thing to commit to. When I'm fatter, over 240 pounds, my testosterone is always below 700. But when I get leaner and I'm down around 230, even a little bit below 230, my testosterone levels tend to get up closer to 1,000 because I'm healthier and my body is functioning at a higher degree. Poor sleep also leads to a crazy negative impact on overall testosterone levels. This is extremely hard to fix. There's even a lot of research on men that have a newborn child. Typically we'll see a bit of a plummet in their overall testosterone levels because there's an interruption on their overall sleep pattern. Sleep helps stabilize hormones. It helps with recovery. It helps with managing stress. And that's why it's extremely important to figure out how you can manage it consistently. Travel is another thing that can lead to a massive disruption in sleep. When you're changing time zones, when you're flying all over the place, you're not sleeping in the same bed. This leads to a disruption in sleep. Personally, when I travel all over the place, if I come home and get my blood work done, I might drop 2 to 250 points on my overall testosterone score. So how can we improve our overall quality of sleep? The first thing you have to do is establish a sleep ritual. I would say about an hour out from your normal scheduled sleep time. Try to have a consistent schedule. When's the last time you're gonna look at your cell phone? When's the last time that you're gonna look at blue light? Are you able to turn the lights off and use real lights like candlelight? That can actually improve your overall sleep because it prepares your body for bedtime. I also recommend you can take something like inositol or magnesium glycinate, or if you use something like 40 Winks, a ZMA, that can also improve your sleep quality. And that can be seen even if you're tracking on a Fitbit or on a Garmin, you can actually see what improves your overall sleep patterns. Let's say you get home late and you have to wake up early and you're only getting 6 to 7 hours of sleep. I recommend try to get 15 to 20 minutes of a nap halfway through the day. Another interesting factor that we're starting to see in science and in research is that if you get outside and you get real direct sunlight in the middle of the day, that's gonna help with your circadian rhythm and it will lead to better sleep. So if you feel tired, you're lacking motivation, you should be concerned with your overall testosterone levels. And that's why I recommend checking out today's video sponsor, Let's Get Checked. Let's face it, low testosterone sucks. Not only do you lose muscle mass, you also have a bit of a memory and mood issue. And this could even have a negative impact on your sex drive. Take it from the guy who has 4 kids. So it's important that you know your testosterone levels and all of your other hormone levels so you can live a healthy and happy life. Let's Get Checked is a worldwide leader in at-home testing kits, and their male hormone panel helps you get tested in the comfort of your own home. You can order a testing kit that will be delivered to you in a discreet package. Once your sample arrives in the laboratory, confidential results will be available from your secure online account within 2 to 5 days. These results are reviewed by a clinician, and a member of the Let's Get Checked nursing team may call you to review your results. So if you want to test your hormone levels without leaving the comfort of your own home, head to trylgc.com/gstrength or use promo code GarageStrength25 to get 25% off your hormone testing kit. So be cautious and make sure you use Let's Get Checked to check your hormones, because this next tip could save your life. Autoimmune diseases could completely destroy your testosterone and eventually could lead to a destruction of the quality of your life. Many men go around feeling fatigued, unmotivated, and then unbeknownst to them, they get diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder. This could be a disease like lupus or rheumatoid arthritis. Both of these types of diseases can totally wreak havoc on your overall well-being. Personally, I have a very close friend who struggled for over a decade before he was diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease. This is a disease that can wreak havoc on your thyroid, your testicles, your overall testosterone production. And if that's not identified, you're going to struggle mightily with being motivated in life. And that's why it's important that you have hormonal checkups every 6 to 8 months. That provides a nice baseline that you can then monitor along with your doctor, and then you can feel and see how you progress throughout your life. And if anything crazy like an autoimmune pops up, you already have that baseline to build from. Resistance training is another major factor. A lot of people forget that the more you actually train, the more you do strength-based training, the more lean muscle mass you have. The more lean muscle mass you have, typically the higher your metabolism, and in turn, the healthier you're gonna be hormonally. A lot of times we can see a direct response acutely as soon as we're done a resistance-based training session. I've gotten my blood work done within an hour and a half, 2 hours of doing a workout and seen a nice boost in my testosterone. So Lyme disease is something else that can wreak total havoc on your testosterone levels. Personally, I dealt with Lyme disease for over 2.5 years. And what ended up happening was for the first 6 months, doctors couldn't figure out what was going wrong with me. They had no baseline. I had no blood work for years prior to figuring out that I had Lyme disease. And after about 6 months, they noticed my white blood cells are completely off the chart. They initially thought I had lupus and leukemia, but then after having multiple different blood tests done, they started to figure out that those white blood cells were really high because of an infection. That infection was Lyme disease, and then that led to my treatment later on. I got tested for months, and my lowest testosterone point, I had a score of 223. I went on antibiotic treatments and anti-protozoa treatments for over 2 years, and that got me back up to around 340 on the total test score, but I was still struggling to figure out different factors around sleep. I was still struggling to figure out how to manage my stress, how to actually recover from my day-to-day grind, not even including resistance-based training, but just going to work and dealing with people all the time. And that's one of the main focuses, one of the main lessons that I learned from getting Lyme disease was trying to figure out that happy balance and then bringing in things like resistance-based training and a healthier diet. Keeping your testosterone levels high is extremely difficult, especially as you get older. But it can't be denied that eating healthy, doing resistance-based training, and getting tons of sleep will help keep that testosterone level nice and stable. Make sure that you try to get your hormone levels checked every 6 months. Talk with your doctor so that you guys can set up a nice, consistent schedule to establish that baseline. So if you need help with improving your overall nutrition, click on the link down below, head over to garagestrength.com. You can pick up the high performance nutrition program. And if you need some help with your resistance-based training, you can pick up the Ghostface strength training program. It's a nice resistance-based program that's gonna help you get stronger and maintain those gains. So remember, if you wanna be a freak, you've always gotta cultivate your power and your blood work. Peace.